なるほど。なかなか順調のようですね。
I don't like starting a chapter with ominous voices telling me things are proceeding smoothly. Especially now when it's Campanella's voice.
ああ、こちらの準備も9割方目処がついた。今回のオーダーにはなんとか間に合わせられるだろ
う。お疲れ様です、博士。カンパネルラ、レギオンたちの動きは？
ちょっと前にブルブランが遊んでいたみたいだけど、もう手は引いたみたいだね。レンはリベールに去ってから戻ってくる気配はなさそうだ。そして彼女についてはまあ様子見でいいんじゃない？
Talking about Lucy?
式神は貸してくれたけど、今のところ介入するつもり
Yeah,
は
she's
一切ない
done.
みたいだし。
she's done. She's fine. Nah, I'm done. Get me out of this.
わかりました。マイスターと同様、彼らの意志に任せてください。
しかし、レギオンには全ての行動の自由はあの方の決めたこととはいえ、いささか理不尽な掟だね。
全てはマスターのおぼし召し。是非を問う必要はありません。それよりいらっしゃったようですね。
おや、来たかね。
時間通りだね。
Yeah, we last left off. This fucking weirdo is doing weird shit.
お待たせしました。もう始めているようですね。
Mirabelle was doing weird shit.
いえ、始めたばかりです。例の件についてはもうよろしいのですか？
ええ。あとは破壊殿に全てをお任せしてきました。
Oathbreaker.
それでかの地に赴くのは私もいささか久しぶりです。
Wasn't you?
あまりの変わりよ。現代の動力文明では最先端の大都市だろうしね。
私も完成前にもう一度顔を出してみる。どうだね。せっかくだから現地で落ち合うとしようか。
ええ、依存はありません。
ではお二方、以後は一切をお任せします。減塩計画、あの方の最終計画のためには欠かせないステップです。
The Phantasmal Blaze Plan.
第一段階としての仕掛け、よろしくお願いしますよ。
了解。
全てはマスターのために。
The referendum regarding Crossbell's potential independence, as proposed by Mayor Croyce, was drawing closer and closer. As pressure from the Imperial and Republican governments mounted by the day, so too did the citizens' fervor. Combined with the excitement generated from the debut of Arkanseal's revival performance, emotions in the city were hitting a fever pitch. All the while, a new concern was beginning to emerge from the shadows. Cryptids? Like what, Mothman? Oh, hello.
その通りよ。
Hey, Bales.
単なる魔獣とは言い難い大型で不可思議なモンスター。そんな存在がクロスベル各地で発見されるようになっているわ。
私らが見たやつだ。結局とどめを刺す前に逃がしてしまったけど、こんな魔獣が。そういった情報は流れてはいましたが。
それだけじゃない。他のタイプも確認されている。
これは
急降山に現れた。
おいおい、また出たのかよ。
先日同じタイプのものが北の山岳地帯に出現しやがってな。
By whomst? Fucking Spider-Man?
そちらのスコットたちにすでに退治されている。
そうだったんですか。
もしかしてお二人で退治なさったんですか？
ああ、 不意をついてなんとか倒すことができたよ。これも君たちの方から情報が回っていたおかげだな。
ただどうにも妙な手応えでな。
Something bizarre?
アーツの効き方が異なる上に光るようにして消えてしまった。
やはり
俺たちが戦った時と全く。
しかし山岳地帯ということは今度は屋外に現れたんだね。
ええ。これまでにも塔や総員など異常な場所は確認されているわ。どうやら何らかの理由で場の歪みが発生していると推測されているの。でもこれらの幻獣は山岳地帯や故障地帯などにも出現しているの。ひょっとしたら場の歪みがそうした屋外にも現れているの。
そんなゾッとしない話だな。では私たちをここに呼んだ理由という。
ああ、これらの幻獣への対応をギルドと特務支援課の双方に独立提唱がなされて以来、ベルガード、タングラム両門でやや緊張状態が続く。せめて住民投票が終わるまではそちらに集中しておきたいんだ。
わかりました。引き受けさせていただきます。
分担に関してはこちらに任せてもらっても。
ええ。データはお渡しするからそちらにお任せするわ。それとできれば原因の特定も頼みたいの。
原因？なぜそうした幻獣がいきなり現れたか。
ええ。魔獣の発生は昔から一定のサイクルで起きているけど、この幻獣に関してはそこから外れた異常事態と言っても過言ではないでしょ
間違いなく何か原因があるはずだ。場の歪みを発生させて常識外れの大型魔獣が現れるだけの原因がな。
なるほど。
ギルドの名にかけて必ずや突き止めてみせよう。
しかしあんたたちとこんな形で共闘するとはね。
最初の頃からすると想
Sick,
像もつか
but
ない。
we're friends now.
ま、こっちもそれなりに成長してるってことだろ。いや実際大したもんだよ。もし警察をクビになったらいつでも歓迎させてもらうぜ。
I mean, yeah, we just do guild work anyway.
そうそう、特にティオちゃんなんかギルド向きだと思う。
そう言われましても。
お言葉だけいただいておき。でも厳重ですか。
ああ、とりあえず手分けすることにし、警備隊から回ってきたのは君たちにはそのうち2件を受け持っ。
へえ、随分と気前がいいじゃないか。いいんですか？そちらのただでさえアリウスさんが今は動け。
だからこそさ、彼が動けない分あんたたちにも必ずしわ寄せが来るはずだよ。元より魔獣退治は私たちのお箱。お互い他の仕事もあるし効率的に分担すべきでしょ。助かります。なんだかもう。
何、お互い様さ。それに君たちの方には結社の問題もあるからな。
はい。
たくその問題もあるんだよな。
結社、ウロボロス、なんでも遊撃士協会とは色。
え
They do.
え、リベールの異変でもエステルちゃんたちをはじめとする遊撃、それ以外にも各地の事件で幾度となくぶつかっているわ。
帝国のギルドが一時壊滅状態に陥ったのも奴らの仕業だと言われている。もっともその後の衰退の原因は帝国軍の圧力によるものだ。
そうなんですか。
しかし聞けば聞くほど捉えどころのねえ連中。いずれにせよギルドの方でも未だ実態がつかめていない連中だ。何が目的かわからないがくれぐれも気をつけるといい。
All scout, I don't think that changes.
困ったことがあったら遠慮なく連絡してきなよ。正直連中に関してはこっちも人事じゃないんだし。
わかりました。
何かあれば。
Budding turmoil. Ah, shit. Reported sightings of large enigmatic monsters, hereafter referred to as cryptids, in Crossbell State have recently been confirmed. The CGF is currently working to gain more insight into the situation. Little is known about these cryptids aside from the fact they exist. As such, countermeasures have yet to be devised. All recorded details regarding these cryptids are provided in the following pages. Case A, Ursula Road, through a small cave along the sandbar, possesses various tortoise-like characteristics. Cited by a guardsman on patrol, no attempt was made to engage as the creature did not stray from its location over a short observation period. It does, however, grow aggressive when approached directly. Case B, East Crossbell. In a clearing past the boathouse, plant-like creature possesses an enormous mouth. Cited by a resident of the nearby boat shed, this report has yet to be verified by the CGF. As with the cryptid in Case A, it does not move from its general location, but becomes combative when confronted.
ウルスラ街道の中洲と東クロスペル街道のどちらも最近あまり立ち寄ってなかったな。
急降山に現れたのほどでかくはねえみたい。万全の準備はしといた方が良さそうだぜ。
それと原因の特定ですか。時、空、幻の上位3属性が働いているという報告もあるみたいだし、
上位属性の働きに関してはただ原因となると。
確かに塔や総員についても、そういえば古戦場にある太陽の砦もそうなんだっけ。ああ、俺たちが乗り込んだ時は確かにそうだったけど、
ただ事件が解決した後は何の異常も起きていないらしい。総員にあったような金が原因でもなさそうだし、そうなると本当に原因は特定が難しそうですね。
ま、とにかく行くだけ。どうせ他の仕事なんかも入ってきてるんだ。
そうだな。よし、支援要請をチェックしてから。
What we got? A taste of Crossbell, the counterfeit caper, stranger danger, and old mine monster extermination. Crossbell News Service is planning to publish the Gourmand's Guide to Crossbell, which will detail various eateries across the state. They would like to petition the Special Sports section for assistance in gathering material for this project. Okay. Raymond, come down to Crossbell Station ASAP. I need you to help me catch a counterfeit dealer. Okay. Chief Tolta, my son seems to be up to something but hasn't told me a thing about it. I suspect that it has something to do with a suspicious man who visited the village a few days ago. Would you be able to investigate whatever it is my son is scheming? For full details, please meet me at home in the far end of Armorica Village. And a dangerous monster, Megalobat, has been sighted in the old deserted mine outside Maze.
やっぱり結構な数の依頼が来ているみたいだな。アリオスさんが動けないからじゃないとは思う。
そうね。今日は課長が病院にお見舞いに行っているみたいだけど、私たちも近いうちに。
だな。キーボーは昨日行ったらしいし、結構落ち込んでたよな。
はい、ちょっと心配です。
車を使えば病院まではそんなにかかりませんし、時間があったらお見舞いに行きましょう。
ああ、しかし目の回復手術か。やっぱりまだまだ難しい領域みたいだね。そうだな。
今回の手術も決して失敗というわけじゃないみたいだけど。
Well, let's go visit them first. Why the heck not? Knock knock. I'm told the SSS has taken on the cryptid investigation. My apologies, such matters are typically under Bracer jurisdiction, but with me being away from the guild right now. Knock it off. You don't need to worry about that. It's still a joint investigation, not like my kids are biting off more than they can chew. Trust them to take care of things for today at least. So you say. Come on, you know as well as anyone how much they've grown this year. Besides, you should be enjoying this time together while you have it. You don't get to do this nearly enough. If you ask me, a dad's place at times like these is right beside his daughter. I'm in your debt, Sergey. Thank you, Chief. That's very kind of you. Pardon. Pardon. The SSS. What are you guys doing here? I told him I'd be coming alone since all of you were supposed to be busy today. Sorry about that, Chief. I wanted to check in on Shizuku ourselves. Thank you for visiting, SSS. Oh my god, her eyes are open. I've never seen you with your eyes open like that. Does that mean your sight is back? No. Dr. Salen did everything that she could as the operating surgeon. On paper, this procedure was a success, but her vision is not fully recovered. It'll take a minute. All that has returned thus far is her ability to perceive light around her. That's so. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't worry about me, everyone. I'm okay. But since you're all here, would it be alright for us to take a walk to the roof together, Father? I was just starting to think it's a little crowded in here. Well, sorry. Shizuku just had surgery. Shouldn't she be taking it easy? The doctor said her condition is stable so long as she isn't exposed to strong light for an extended period of time. Seeing as today is a little overcast, there shouldn't be any issues with her taking her outside. I'll inform the staff. Would you all help Shizuku out of bed? Make sure she's every one of us? So the Divine Blade of Wind is a soft spot for his darling little girl. Add him to the list, I suppose. He's always like that. Father is a kind man once you get to know him. Yeah, now we can go for a little jog, skip, and walk with the guy. Watch your step, Shizuku. The breeze is so nice and the sunlight is so warm, I almost forgot how bright it could get. Glad you're enjoying yourself, Shizuku. Now that I think about it, Arios did mention something about you being able to perceive light again. Yeah, you literally just said that. I'm still not able to make out any details, but yes, that's right. I can sense how bright it is now, almost like there's a white haze all around me. Your eyes know there's light there, but it's not the same as having vision. You don't have to be sad for my sake, everyone. I'm very happy with how well the surgery went. Well, first I was upset that I didn't get all of my eyesight back, of course. At that point, I started giving up hope that I was ever going to get better. But after thinking about it, I realized this was the first treatment I've ever had that's made this much progress. That means my eyes can still get better, even if it takes a long time. It gave me a reason to believe again. Plus, I don't want to let Father down. Father, Kia, and everyone at the hospital has been supporting me. So I'm not going to give up. I want to continue my treatment. Not everyone has that kind of strength. I don't know if I'd call it strong. I still need everyone's help, without my father here to pay my hospital bills for my head of what I do. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut him off. Nope, no more. I'm not paying your bills anymore. No, Mother is with the goddess watching over us, so I'll keep doing my best to make a recovery. For you and her both. Kid's got some fire in the belly, eh? No question who her daddy is. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? I'd say she gets it from her mother, if anything. It's almost time for us to return to your room, Shizuku. Doctor's orders. Afterward, Lloyd and the others enjoyed a few moments of light conversation in Shizuku's hospital room. With a divine dad of wind here taking some time off, this is your chance to close the gap. The divine what? He's so funny! God damn! Can't believe he said that with the man himself still in the room. What else do we know he could get away with that? Well, he's my former superior. I can afford him a little bit of leeway. Nevertheless, he was correct. I hope you have no objections to investigating the cryptids for today. I plan to be back to work first thing tomorrow. Till then, lend your aid to Scott, Wenzel, Aeolia, and Lynn. Yay! Welcome to the Crossbell News Service. Oh, hello there, SSS. Were you here on official business? Good morning. Yeah, we came to follow up on a support request for the CNS. Something about needing help with a gourmet guide. You able to start the quest? No, our stomachs are ready. We can just have you wait on the second floor then. Okay. Hello, Grace. I had a feeling it was going to be you, Grace. Probability was high from the start. Well, don't sound so disappointed. Can you show at least a little enthusiasm? It's been forever since our last collaboration. If I recall correctly, your previous support request sent us on a trip all across the state. Wait, just what are you planning to have us do this time? Your request said something about gathering material for a gourmet guide. Got a proposal from the Crossbell Business Owners Association a while back. Apparently they were inspired by Mary Croyce's efforts. Long story short, the CNS is teaming up with them to put out a gourmet guide. In conjunction with the Business Owners Association, what exactly does that entail? Basically, they plan to feature the best eating establishments in Crossbell State. And in addition to the coverage, each place is going to offer discounts and offer deals to readers. You know how it is, keep Crossbell and Nero local and all that jazz. Pretty nifty little plan, wouldn't you say? I think I get it. Sounds pretty innovative. Sure, but let's get to the chase. Part of this guide is going to feature gourmet recommendations from some of Crossbell's most prominent figures, like Maria Belle Croix from the IBC, for example, Aurelia, Theodore, and Eugene from Ark and Seal. The goal is to get people talking by having some of Crossbell's celebrity citizens share their #1 picks, and that's where the SSS comes in. You'll be taking part too. Can't deny that it's piqued my interest, but does the SSS really belong in a lineup like that? I ain't too keen on it either. It's always nice to be shoulder to shoulder with Ilya and Maria Belle, don't get me wrong. But I don't think we're gonna be drawing in readers the same way they will. Let's not mince words here, we're the filler. No way, you can't seriously think that, can you? You guys have been blowing up. You've got a real fan base these days, you know? In fact, we've been getting lots of requests for lurid candids of your everyday lives. Stop. Please don't. I'm just joking. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you guys are popular in your own right. If that wasn't the case, I never would have asked you here in the first place. What you want us to do? I'd rather whatever restaurants, food carts you can think of and try their fare for yourselves. What I want is for each of you to find a dish that speaks to your soul. It's got to be the bee's knees and nothing less. After that, I'll have you all write a little article on your findings here at the CNS. To go to eateries around the state, choose our personal favorites among them. One problem though, what if one of us doesn't come across anything they like? It's all big place. Well, something about all the spots you checked out. That's only as a last resort. Ideally, all 6 of you should have a favorite dish to introduce to our readers. Which means we're headed to at least 6 different places. Anything we should look out for or avoid? I think at Michelin's already been covered and someone else is doing the bars. What? No! It takes Trinity off the list too. Too bad, I'm sure Abbas will be disappointed to miss out on all the potential new customers. Sorry, Wazy. I'll put in a word for it with you guys handling the bars. Oh, and I've already gotten in contact with all the eligible spots, so don't worry about the tab. We're paying. Nice! As long as you identify yourselves, we'll be happy to serve you. Take your time and savor everything Crossbell has to offer. Okay. The SSX explained their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. You're in luck, officers. I'm about to let you sample the very best of my cart has to offer, and best of all, it's on the house. Call these my heavenly noodles. Heavenly nudes. Get past the heat and your taste buds will be flying right up to cloud 9. Oh my god, it's spicy nudes. Probably feel like more like a henna instead of our tongues are on fire. Boy and the others ate the heavenly noodles. Spicy but with a deep, complex tang. Supple noodles dancing in the broth. You've got something only a real man could appreciate. Zodozel, my man. This is the path of the nude you've been telling us about. Finally get it now. Cherish it, young one. That's true enlightenment you're tasting. As a reward, I shall teach you the recipe that served as the foundation for these very same nudes. Master it, and open the eyes of all your friends. Like, it's not even the heavenly noodles, they're just the peddler's noodles. Randy was really into that dish. Guess that tells who's writing the piece about this place. Gonna introduce you into some juice. It's our mess, but we're the special sports section, and we're doing gourmet stuff. It's a Cerbic tomato soda. Oh god, ew. Tomato soda. Okay, it can't actually be soda. Like, right? It's not fizzy, it's not carbonated, right? Not really, no, right. It's latest and greatest iteration by a Cerbic tomato juice. Soda masks the bitterness a little, that way even Cerbic tomato haters can enjoy its benefits. You really gotta do this, Lloyd. This might be the end of the SSS. know the risks of being in the police force, Randy. Every day could be your last. Jesus Christ. Oh shit! Whoa! Gah! I'm dying. Before me, you aren't. Carbonation. Oh god, it is carbonated. Oh! It's like there's still a lot of room for improvement then. Anyway, this bellberry juice should work as a nice palate cleanser. Lloyd and the team drank the bellberry juice. It was absolutely delicious. This was probably the better choice for the gourmet guide as far as anyone with taste buds is concerned. Ah, it's not making it. Ooh. Jesus. Craving some ice cream today. Yep. So you guys are the ones with the job, eh? I've been ready for this, so without further ado, allow me to recommend my one and only septic-colored sherbet. It's my newest creation, a frozen blend of several delectable flavors all at once. I've even added bits and pieces of candy that burst in your mouth. The texture is an experience you'll never forget. Oh wow! Munch. It's cool and delicious. Presentation is cute too, and I see what you mean by the texture. The candy just explodes on my tongue. It's like it's hit with the ladies, the SSS. Sure about that? Tio looks like she got hit with a bad case of brain freeze. No, not quite. I was simply too shocked for words. She loves it! The thrill of the popping candy, the creamy, refreshing coolness, and the perfect balance of flavors harmonizing on your palate like an optimized quartz loadout. This is it, the beginning of the sherbet revolution. My apologies, perhaps I went a bit overboard. Yeah, this one, yep. 5 out of 5. Oh hey Lloyd, what's up? Bennett baked up a batch of her newest creation. Here, give it a try. Thanks, Oscar. But if you wouldn't mind, we actually came to help on a support request. Oh, so that's what they're having you do, huh? Well, I'm flattered. Honestly, I wish I could recommend all of our breads. But if I had to pick just one, it'd have to be the Bennett Supreme I just gave you. Yep, I wish I could recommend my own, but Bennett really nailed it this month. If you're looking for the mortgage's finest loaf, this is the one. Hi, Bennett. I was just in the middle of recommending your... What in Adios' name do you think you're doing? I'm not done refining that one yet. I'm not letting my bread go into that gourmet guide until it's at least twice as good as yours. What are you freaking out about? It's already delicious if you ask me. Whatever. Just don't let me catch you shilling my stuff for me without my say-so again. Got it? Tsundere... Chan? Man, I don't get why she always has to go ballistic on me like this. All I said was that her bread was good. Therein lies your answers, my good man. Guess Lloyd wasn't the only lady killer growing up around these parts. Anyway, seeing as Bennett's completely against it, could you maybe recommend something else? Alright, how about this? It's my latest creation, the tender cutlet sandwich. Ooh. Munch. That's something. Still developing it though, so it'll be a while before we actually have it on our shelves. Be better not to mention it in the article. Yo, food now. Well, I've heard about that, so you're the ones writing the report. Well then, please feel free to sit at any open table you like. If I may make a recommendation, our new seasonal herb pasta is absolutely superb. Herb. Lloyd and the others seated themselves and sampled the herb pasta. It's delicious. Flavors rich and intense, but with a light, refreshing afternote. You can taste each and every herb, and the texture is perfectly al dente. Spaghetti in a can, this ain't. Thank God. One bite you know it was made by a pro. We should bring Kia with us next time. Reese! You here for lunch? Indeed, I came into town on my break for something to eat. Fried rice at the restaurant is simply delectable. Oh, Reese, you haven't lost your love for food. That does look good, but what about the plate count? She's gonna put Shan through college at this rate. There's something odd about seeing a church sister in a place like Long Lao. Really doesn't seem like this is out of the ordinary for Reese at all. Oh, yes, Master did mention that, yeah. He's over in the kitchen. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oopsie. Can I help you? If you want to place an order, go do it at the counter. Ah, the gourmet guide. Yes, I know of it. This is our midday rush, but I won't turn you away. Find yourself an empty table. I'll be sampling the pride and joy of Long Lao, my Pureless fried rice. Let's freaking go. Are you telling me a Pureless fried this rice? I'd better believe it. Fried rice has always been one of my specialties, but I also recently improved upon it. That's why it's Peerless. Nothing compares. No one ever thought a dish so simple could taste so... like... I used to make fried rice all the time at the barracks, but it's a totally different dish when made by a professional. Well... Hey guys. Everything okay, Kia? You haven't been the same since you visited Shizuku yesterday. I'll be okay. Hey Lloyd, is it going to be hard to fix Shizuku's eyes? Well, probably if I had to guess. Shizuku is still optimistic though. Instead of being sad, she's grateful for how much progress she's made. Hey now, Kido, I know it's hard, but you can't let it get you down forever. Last thing Shizuku wants is for you to be all in the dumps because of her. Shizuku needs you to now more than ever. Your encouragement and friendship are the best medicine she could ask for. To cheer her up next time I see her, that's what best friends do for each other. Thanks guys, I'm feeling a little better now. Oh yeah, I promised the others I'd play with them, so I should get going. Think she'll be okay? Sure hope so. At the very least, she perked up almost instantly just now. No time to mull it over though. Let's get going. Ah, you are also a part of this. Ha ha ha. Let me eat your food. So you're the ones handling that CNS thingy. Oh, Salisbury steak. Ooh. Lloyd and the team ate this. Oh, stamina steak. Oh well. Dang, even one bite in its own, it's pretty filling. Just what you want from a good steak. I'm feeling more energized already. Well, of course, stamina is essential for miners, you know. Pair this dish with a beer and you'll be dinging away like a grand mole in no time. Can't say being a miner sounds particularly attractive when you put it that way. But Gantz and the others seem to enjoy it well enough. Well, Maine's miners are some of the manliest men in all of Crossbell. Anyhow, if you kids are ever in need of a nice hearty meal, you know where to come. If the last one was an indication you are also a part of this. Give me your food. I need it. Crossbell News Service already told me everything I need to know, so without further ado, let me treat you to my chef's special Amo rice. Amo rice! Otsukare! It's delicious. Flavors of the rice, chicken, ketchup, and eggs are simple, but together they make something amazing. Reminds me of how attuned Armorica is to the nature surrounding it. Nobody can truly say they visited this village until they've had some of this. So you're pretty fond of this dish, huh, Lloyd? Guess that means we found your recommendation, then. Make sure to sneak in a few words about what a chill guy Gofan is. He's always hooking us up with some quality grub when we're in Armorica. Thanks much. You a part of this, too? We get some grub from the government building. The military business. Bellyful hot pot I usually make for the guardsmen. The Belguard unit likes hot pot too, who knew? My appetite is whetted. Oh dear, it's a tide and I'll bring a fresh pot right over. Lloyd and the team ate the bellyful hot pot. My, you can almost feel it warming you up from the inside. Doesn't skip on the meat to make room for all the vegetables either. You couldn't ask for a more nourishing dish. CGF training can get pretty rigorous. The guardsmen need filling food like this if they want to last. It's no wonder. We often have hot pot parties, but everyone always ends up fighting over who gets the biggest chunks of meat. When Randy was here, he would even sneak bites from other people's plates. Randall! Guy's gotta take care of himself, you know. Chef! Temis! Food! Now! In my belly! Special here at Sangrabe is the Tide of Plenty hot pot. You get to eat it as a group, so you serve a mean seafood hot pot here. Sure thing, set time while I'll go whip up a pot. Lloyd and the team ate the Tide of Plenty hot pot. It's quite flavorsome. Yeah, you can really taste how fresh the fish is. That's the idea! Hot pots are easy and delicious, so we make them a lot here at Tangram Gate. Eating around a table together always puts the guardsmen in a fun, lively mood, too. Never had a meal like this with the Testaments before. Maybe I'll bring them here next time I get the chance. For real? You want to take your downtown gang to a border gate to eat hot pot? I think I know who liked this dish the best. Perhaps we should let Wheezy handle the review for it then. I was hoping to weasel my way out of doing one, but I guess I don't mind doing it too much. Hey there, and welcome to Le Lecture. Lecture. The SSS explained their mission to gather gourmet. There's just one problem. The dish I'm offering needs a lot of time to cook properly, and unfortunately I just plumb ran out. So sorry, but I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I've whipped up another round. What? It's a bad break for us, but if there's a new dish, there's no dish. How much time will it take before a new batch is ready? I just started on a new one last night, so it should be done about 48 hours. See, the day after next, I'll hook you up. Simmers for 3 whole days. This must be some rich flavors you're drawing out. I look forward to tasting the final product. You're gonna love it. Just don't forget to drop by again once it's done. I'm gonna forget so hard, but I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna do my best. Alrighty, let's go kill something. Ah, Margaret, how could you do this to me? You never had eyes for other men. What changed? I have to do something before I lose her for good. I must. It's Vice Commissioner Pierre. Not often you see him on the first floor. It's like something's troubling him. The SSS, how long have you been standing there? Don't tell me you heard what I was saying just now. Well, we didn't catch you anything specific, if that makes you feel better. Though you did mention something about a Margaret having eyes for other men. Ugh. Oh, would that be the name of your favorite hostess, Vice Commissioner? How dare you! You watch your slanderous mouth. Margaret is the name of my missus. Missus? You mean your wife? Yes, you fool! Between losing my wedding ring and being passed over for the role of commissioner, she's been nagging me like never before. Wait, what am I doing telling you all of this? Sounds like the Vice Commissioner is pretty whipped. Evidently, he's in a tough spot with his wife right now, too. It's like those separate thoughts. So be it. I have no other choice. Beggars can't be choosers at times like these. Look alive, SSS. I'm giving you a top-secret mission, straight from your Vice Commissioner. What? I'll be frank. I thought you were Pierre. I would like you for you to investigate my wife. Huh. That is not our job. You want us to look into your old lady? Would utilizing your position for private matters not violate department policy? You let me worry about department policy. Time is of the essence here. Consider it a formal support request for whatever they call it. If it makes you feel better. Now, what do you say? I guess we could. We aren't marriage counselors. Okay, you clearly need a hand, so can you start from the beginning? You'll really help me then. Good, I'll tell you everything you need to know, but not out in the open. Follow me up to my office. We can discuss the details there. Your wife has been seeing a host? Yes, a host of men. As I understand it, she's been going to several such clubs lately. However, there's one host in particular whom she's been meeting with in secret. You're positive this man is a host? I was about to ask the same thing. Don't you think you should have a little bit more faith in your wife? I do, but I decided to risk it all to find out for sure. That's how I came across the evidence in her purse. Margaret is meeting with a mystery man named Clyde. It was right here in her daily planner. What kind of man has a name like that? It's a stage name. He has to be a host. I wouldn't call that irrefutable, but I won't say he's categorically wrong either. He's grasping for every straw he can find. So you think she's been seeing a host, do you? Sorry to tell you, but I've never heard of one who goes by Clyde, and believe me, I would have. What? Seriously, Wisey? Hey, it's a social business. Generally speaking, I know the names of all the hosts working in the clubs in the entertainment district. I can't rule out the chance that he's some rookie who slipped by notice, though. Wait just a minute, you seem awfully knowledgeable about all this. Don't tell me you're that new addition to the SSS, the one who is, in fact, a host? Why, yes. You scoundrel! You're a member of the police force. What would people say if they found out you were what you did off duty? Please try to calm down, Vice Commissioner. What matters right now is figuring out what exactly your wife has been up to. That's right. And trust us, we've already tried to lecture him on that particular issue. There's no getting through to him. Their words, not mine. Back on topic, you mentioned searching through your wife's purse, correct? Not that I condone the act, but did you find anything else that might benefit our investigation? Well, let me think. Now I remember. Her appointment reminders also had a location penciled in alongside them. Apparently, she's been visiting the restaurant in Central Square almost every afternoon. Restaurant in Central Square? You mean Vincent? If this Clyde truly is a host, why would he meet your wife in broad daylight? It's not uncommon, a little secret tryst while the husband's at work. It happens more often than you'd think. Plenty of hosts have regulars they only meet with during the day. Then I'm right, aren't I? Again, Vice Commissioner, settle down. Could you stop riling him up on purpose, Wazy? Who, me? Why, I'd never. At any rate, we have a good enough grasp of the situation now. Do you mind stepping back and leaving the investigation to us? Fine, whatever you think is best. Just make sure you get to the bottom of this. But do so with utmost discretion. Am I clear? Understood. Man, I can't believe we agreed to this. To be fair, the Vice Commissioner did seem genuinely concerned about his wife. I think it's worth investigating until we see the truth of the matter for ourselves. If we must. So where should we begin? Yeah. His wife has been there with his alleged host often. We might be able to get some information from the two directly. Why is he so into this? Look. Over there. You have a keen eye, Margaret. Forgive me if I'm being out of line, but you truly are wasted on your husband. Oh, Clyde, you always have such a way with words. That's the man we were told about, and sure enough, he's with the Vice Commissioner's wife. This is Clyde, is it? Doesn't look like any host I've ever met. Chance we'll manage to find something out. Let's split up and sit at different tables, then. Surround them! I get the feeling we're being stared at. I looked over that pamphlet from before. After seeing those photos, well, I just fell in love with love on the spot. Perhaps two of us could go visit sometime. If you'd like, I could even arrange a room at the hotel. I've already gone. The view is just so magnificent, not a single thing to complain about. And it certainly simplifies things too. Now we can move the plans forward a bit and... Ooh. They do seem comfortable around each other. Sounds like they're planning a trip to Michelin together. Still, something seems off. To start, the guy is being way too much of a kiss ass. We still don't have any decisive evidence, though. Let's keep listening in, then. Well, now, with that out of the way, I'll just be excusing myself. Of course. Oh, and I'll see you again at the club. New Blanc at the entertainment district. Yes, you can expect me there, ma'am. I wouldn't want to keep you from what you've been dreaming of any longer than necessary. I guess the date is over. Need to find out anything concrete. Randy, Waze, and I will go after Clyde. Ellie2 and OL, you three follow Margaret. Make sure you don't get spotted no matter what. It's a sneaking mission. Sorry to keep you waiting, Clyde. I brought what we discussed. A briefcase. Ah, yes, thank you very much, sir. How'd things go? Very well, actually. She's been quite enthusiastic about the idea. We'll be closing the deal later at New Blanc. Well, it's almost time for the next cruise ship to leave. I'll head back to Michelin to make sure everything is in order. It's all up to you now, Clyde. Secure this contract and it'll rocket you straight to the top of the firm. She's buying a getaway house in Michelin. Easy. I like how they're nowhere to be seen. Not even hiding anywhere. God, I would be so nervous driving down any of these roads. They all look like sidewalks. There he goes. The guy sure is fired up. From the sound of it, he's meeting up with the Vice Commissioner's wife in New Blanc. Yeah, let's contact Ellie and the others. We should regroup at Police HQ for now. Afterward, Lloyd contacted Ellie and the others who had started shadowing this Vice Commissioner's wife. They decided to meet at the police department to relay the information to the Vice Commissioner. Can't read anymore. My brain, the tumor. Well, how did the investigation go? Has my wife been having an affair with a host or what? Ellie, what happened when you trailed Miss Margaret? Oh, we watched her as closely as we could, but we didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She eventually went back home to the residential district. She didn't meet anyone else on the way. Or she does plan to meet this Clyde person at New Blanc later. What? What does he think he's doing, taking my wife to a seedy place like that? Oh, that's the last straw. I'll assemble an entire SWAT team and storm New Blanc. Sir? There's an armed officer there, you know, considering who owns the place. Well, what am I supposed to do then? For every second we waste, that host gets close to sinking his lecherous fangs into my Margaret. I don't think you have to worry about her falling prey like that. At least not as far as hosts are concerned. What do you mean? Wizzy had figured out from the start, but I don't think this Clyde is a host at all. Well, if he isn't a host, then what in Adios' name is he? He's a fucking con artist is what he is. Well, you could tell, Clyde is most likely a salesman. Going off his speech patterns, it did sound like he wanted to sell something, just not his body or a good time. His attitude in itself is proof that he's anything but a host. Gentlemen such as myself work hard to give lonely what the hell, Ms. Dames? A brief reprieve from otherwise painfully and mundane lives. A top-class host escorts his lady with courtesy, but he would never humble himself more than necessary. We aren't there to grovel. I don't know if I put it quite like Wazy did, but my conclusion is more or less the same. From what I could tell, Clyde and your wife didn't look like they were having an affair. If pushed, I'd say they came off more as a buyer and a seller. It's the impression I got anyway. Seeing as they've met several times now, it would be unreasonable to say they're working out a business deal of some kind. Even if all this is true, then just what sort of purchase is he sweet-talking my wife into? Salesman he is. Clyde most likely deals in jewelry, real estate, stocks, and bonds. This is real estate. I already figured this out. He was trying to sell her a property. And you mentioned Michelin came up during their conversation of Vingsept. At first I thought it was about a vacation, but that pamphlet suggested otherwise. It's probably promoting upscale properties for sale in Michelin. Plus, after we tailed him to the harbor district, Clyde received something from a man in a suit. The way they spoke to each other gave me the sense that it was his boss. Might have been delivering him a contract of some sort that needed her signature. Piece all this together, Clyde is a real estate agent who's been in talks with your wife about buying a property. It's going along smoothly, and Miss Margaret is so receptive she even went to Michelin herself to scope out the location. Assuming this is all true, it would explain why she's been meeting up with this man so often. Hey, yeah, it's all starting to fall into place. Today they entered the final negotiations, which means the contract will be signed during their meeting at New Blanc. Yes, I think I get the gist of it now. Wait just a second. That would mean Margaret is trying to buy property in Michelin without even consulting me, wouldn't it? I'm not made of money. Does she know how little a vice commissioner makes? What? Just how does that woman expect to scrounge up that kind of meter? Maybe she took out a loan. May have even convinced her to take out an unreasonably large one. This is worse than I could have imagined. I know what I must do. I'm going to storm into New Blanc myself. I am not going to let this shark swindle my wife right underneath my nose. I'll give this Clyde fellow a piece of my mind and drag Margaret out of there if that's the last thing I do. Thus spoke the henpecked husband. I feel like we just flipped some horrible switch inside of him. Tell you what, we're already here, so why don't we all go and lend you a hand? Wouldn't be wiser charging to New Blanc all by yourself, don't you think? I can't argue with that, but is that really the reason you want to go? You have a real penchant for chasing drama, you know that, Wazy? I have the slightest clue what you mean. Regardless, if we don't hold him back, I highly doubt anyone else will. Yeah, we don't got much of a choice. I'm not too stoked about it, but I think I can get us into the place. Well, Zax is probably on bouncer duty at the door right now. What the devil's you mumbling about over there? I'm headed for New Blanc and you're coming with me, that's final. And that's what's up. They can get us, let us squeeze on by, Zax. Oh, and we'll want to keep this a secret from Shirley and Uncle Sigmund, but I'm sure you already knew that part. I was just wondering when you'd show up again. Didn't think it'd be as an errand boy, though. You really have lost your touch, huh, Commander Randolph? Just like the young miss said. Stop calling me that. Guess Randy must know this Jaeger. Alright, I'll look the other way this once. Think that is a little favor for me to you. Just don't stir up any trouble inside. Won't say a peep to the young miss or the vice leader either. Sound good? Looks like they haven't arrived yet. Now decide amongst yourselves who else will be joining me. What? Someone's worked up about this. His bravado has carried him too far to back down now. I'll go. I've been looking forward to this since we took his request. Vice Commissioner, Lloyd, and myself should be plenty. Yes, in we go. Inconspicuous as always, Lloyd. We requested that your wife and that man be seated at the table over there once they enter the club. It turns out he really is some crooked real estate agent. I'll see to his rest myself. Believe me when I say I'd love to see that. Don't look now, but I think that's them over there. Excuse me, I have a reservation for 2 under Clyde. Hee my, but this is a fancy club. Was this your first time visiting, Margaret? I would think you've already seen everything Crossbell has to offer their husband so high up in the police. Oh please, that's a riot. He may be the vice commissioner, but his salary is peanuts. He'd much rather drink the night away with some hostess in a dingy bar than take his own wife out to dinner. Maybe only noon, but allow me to kickstart the proceedings by buying you a drink. Don't worry, Vice Commissioner. Quiet you, I don't need you telling me what to do. So what if this snooty little tap room is beyond my means? Dingy bar suits me better. What's wrong with that? Brother, did you just killing yourself here? Nothing besides your overwhelming inferiority complex. Shall we get down to business? Clyde retrieved what appeared to be a contract from his briefcase. As you requested, the purchase agreement for the villa in Michelin's residential area. Simply sign your name on the dotted line, it's all yours. Oh, how I've been waiting for this moment. I'd be more than happy to sign. You're right, it is a contract. Just haven't learned whether this deal's up in the on the up and up or not. Stay. Stay away from my wife, you charlatan! What? Pierre? This can only go well. Don't! Stop! What in the world are you doing here? Cancel this deal at once, Margaret. This crooked realtor is swindling you. I beg your pardon, now hold just a moment. Crooked? I haven't done anything wrong in the least. Oh, funny joke, comedy man. You can't fool me. Comedy man. You're whining and dining my wife, buttering her up to taking some kind of ridiculous loan out on this property, aren't you? Pierre. It'll be a cold day in Gehenna before I let you sink your grubby claws to us like that. Pierre. Stay silent, woman, as the CPT's vice commissioner, Pierre. Damn. God damn. The wife is scorned. I'm sorry, Snookums. That was the quickest surrender I've ever seen. Do you hear that whip crack? You go, Margaret. Goddess, how do I put up with you? You're supposed to be a vice commissioner. How could you go so blindly jump to the wrong conclusion and treat this man like a criminal? Have you no shame? Well... Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hold on. Are you saying this is all a misunderstanding? Wait, it is? Well, now I'm hooked. Go on, Margaret. Spill that tea and don't leave it drop. Very well. Firstly, Clyde here is a respectable realtor who deals in luxury properties. Your assessment was wrong to begin with. There's nothing crooked about him at all. But I don't understand. We don't have nearly enough funds to splurge for something like that. Actually, I recently took up a trading stocks in my spare time, and I've been making a tidy profit ever since. These past few days have earned me more than your salary could have half a decade. Stocks! Stocks, stocks, stocks. To be honest, my patience with you has reached its limit. You're a pitiful man who can hardly look his own wife in the eye. Even your position was only earned through luck and connections. I don't know if it's just so you can avoid being at home with me, but your late-night drinking binges are straining our finances. You were in a much better mood when you thought you were the next commissioner in line after the old one was dismissed. But then the other vice commissioner was chosen over you. Your sour grapes have made you grouse and complain incessantly ever since. Isn't that a little harsh, ma'am? Quite honestly, I don't think I could live with you any longer. Oh, shit. That's the reason I consulted Clyde. I hope to use my earnings to purchase a home for myself. Oh, no. Plan was to separate from you before eventually filing for a divorce. Originally, that is. Ah! Out come the claws. Now it's getting good. Were you born without the ability to feel compassion? Wait, did you say originally? Huh? I did. You organized all this because you were afraid of losing me, didn't you? Up to now, you've been too afraid of me to step foot in the house. I'm impressed that you went through with all this. So tonight, I want you to come home so that we can sit down and talk this through together. Margaret. Very sorry, Clyde, but we're going to have to put this purchase on hold. That can't be, Margaret. We were so close. It's not as if I've canceled the deal entirely. But it was wrong of me to negotiate alone. I look forward to discussing this again in the future. Pierre and I might not be separating, but the property still interests me. I'm sure I'll purchase it eventually. I would have preferred to close the deal today, but I suppose I can't force you to sign a contract. I'll just excuse myself then. Turns out Clyde wasn't guilty of anything in the end. Makes me feel kind of bad for respecting him the way we did. Oh, who cares about his feelings? What matters is that we kept the Vice Commissioner's sinking marriage afloat. I should be going too, Pierre. I'll see you again tonight. We have plenty to discuss, so come straight home after work, understood? Yes, Snookums. So he dons the leash yet again. Well, that was a fat load of fucking nothing. It's a relief to know your wife wasn't being taken advantage of. Oh... That's all well and good, yes, but now I'm going to be paying out the nose for a villa I've never even seen before. Thank the goddess we're not getting a divorce at least. I suppose we can use the new place as a weekend retreat. Margaret did seem charmed by it for what it's worth. Sometimes you gotta give in and let the lady have what she wants. Besides, the funds are coming out of her own stock market earnings in the first place. Which is a whole different kind of worms. How did Margaret even manage to... As if I needed another reminder of how much more capable she is than me. You reap what you sow, as they say. But, be that as it may, as long as I'm still a married man at the end of the day, I'm grateful. You have my thanks. Old man, voyage. Oh, shit. So what does my fool of a son think he's doing? Hey, Harold. How you doing, buddy? It's concerning, yes. I believe there's a possibility he's been Chief Tolta, you called for a special sports section. Oh, Mr. Hayworth is here too. There you all are. I take you've seen the request. Thank you for coming. Sure thing. Why are you here though, Mr. Hayworth? As it so happens, he has a stake in this particular problem as well. Talking things over with Chief Tolta, I decided it would be prudent of us to consult with the SSS. Considering the circumstances, we've thought the situation called for a professional investigation. If that's the case, this must be a serious issue. I recall the description mentioning that this had something to do with your son. Very complicated. I'll brief you all on the details. Tell us everything. I'm in your debt. Since he has some kind of sinister plan in the works. I don't know the details. As a matter of fact, I don't know what's going through that boy's head at all. You see, not long ago, Derek told Harold that Armorica would no longer be doing business with him. What? Haven't you always been on excellent terms with the village, Mr. Hayworth? I've done my best to be kind to the people here ever since we started doing business. I came to see Chief Tolta today because I was afraid there had been some kind of misunderstanding. Let me guess, the Chief here was just as out of the loop as you were. Am I right? Yes, you are. We never intended to wrong Mr. Hayworth like this. Losing a customer and him would have been a grave loss for our village. I'm sure my son is fully aware of that as well. What is Derek doing? In doing so, a certain questionable individual came to mind. Derek has been meeting with a foreigner from out of state recently. A foreigner? I don't have many details on him in the moment. All we know is that he and Derek have been talking behind closed doors. Quite right as such. My request to you is to investigate this foreigner for us. If he truly is plotting some sort of nefarious scheme, we need to put a stop to it. I don't think that's our call. Embarrassed to say so, but the young lady's correct. Derek and I have been at odds on how to best to run the village for a long time. I tried to confront him about this, but I could never get an answer out of him. As his father, it pains me to admit that. No wonder you decided to consult us. That about brings us up to speed. We'll begin investigating immediately. I was thinking we could start by interviewing each of the villagers. Feel free. Incidentally, Derek and Elkin are delivering produce to the city right now. You may be better off speaking with them at last. Thank you for looking into this. No problem, Mr. Hayworth. Go fun! Hit all the major places first. In this small-ass village. Excuse me. Have you seen sailors? Lloyd asked about the foreigner. Oh, the man who's been staying here on and off. Well, he's pleasant enough to be around, very polite. See, would you happen to know this man's name? Minith? Minith. That's a name. It isn't too chatty, but there's not much to tell. I did call Derek up to his room a couple times to talk about something or another. That's pretty much all I know. If you really want to thank me, why don't you order some food? Go on, please. We just ate. I know it was for free, but we just ate. There's been a guy in the village lately who dressed to the nines. He told Gramps that I was such a capable lad. Of course, Gramps was thrilled. I could tell he was just flattering me, though. Excuse me. Lloyd asked me about the foreigner. He got a keen eye, to tell you that much. Well, the man's become infatuated with our honey. He was raving about it being a surefire hit and that he could sell across the entire continent. Across the entire continent? What is he, a traitor? I never heard him outright say it, but that seems likely. With a certain taste like that, I'm sure he's already made a name for himself. I'd be thrilled if my grandson were to follow his example. Feel free to talk to me again anytime. That foreigner's been coming by is quite the cheerful fella. He's never without a smile. Something about it really puts me at ease. Excuse me. Oh, him? Well, if I had to describe the man, I might say considerate. Once he was passing by the children as they were playing, and they accidentally got his clothes dirty. Rather than raise a fuss, he paid it no mind. In fact, he even gave them some candy. I didn't decide whether to thank, compliment, or apologize to him. He had me speechless. So he's a fine gentleman. We have more info to go off of now that we've spoken to the villagers. This man is named Mineth, and he's believed to be a foreign merchant. He's supposedly a kind man as well. The type that's courteous, patient, and caring with kids. On the other hand, we don't know why he's here in the first place, and that's suspicious in and of itself. Never did learn of a motive in any of those conversations. Biggest thing that stands out to is him talking with the village chief's son in secret. Glad to agree. It's incongruent with everything else we heard. I say we should follow up on that. Wait, look over by the entrance. Jump him! That's Elkin, the one who went Derek into the city. Must have just gotten back. Elkin! Elkin! Got a couple things we'd like to ask you. Oh yeah, what can I do for you? Let me guess, you came to ask about my shiny new Oracle truck here. Oh, that is new. Oh, really? That's the Vern Company's latest model. Mineth gave it to me for real cheap. Hold on. By Mineth you mean the foreigner who's been visiting the village recently, right? Just how cheap are we talking? Get this. I got it for the low price of just 50,000 Mira. Only 50,000? What I wouldn't give to be that lucky just once. Does the goddess have it in for me or something? Easy, Noel. I can see you turning as green as your hat. Sorry, force of habit. Moving past Noel's mechanophilia, the average market value for a new truck should be nearly 500,000 Mira, which makes the amount you paid exorbitantly low. Being a 90% discount. Sounds more like a charity than a bargain. Well, he said the price cut was so we could make her work easier without breaking our budget. Me and Derek have been working out some sort of plan, I guess. It's coming along. That Mineth, I tell you, my hat's off to him. Shoot, Derek said I'm not supposed to talk about that. Pretend you didn't hear that. Anyway, this Mineth guy's a real deal. Did you come back alone? Chief Tolta said you and Derek went to the city together to deliver produce. We did, but Derek told me he'd catch his bus back to the village later. He said he had some business to take care of at the hotel in the entertainment district. Another meeting with Mineth, I'm guessing. Hey Lloyd, this could be our chance. Yeah. Thank you for speaking with us, Elkin. No problem. Not that I get what you're after, but hey, good luck all the same. Alright, we'll meet up again tomorrow then. Good talking to you as always. Caught! No, wait, aren't you? Pardon us. You're Derek from Armorica Village, correct? That's me. There's something I can help you with? I probably should have opened with this, but we're the Crossbell Police, Special Sports Section. We have a few questions we'd like to ask. That's so. Let me guess, my father sent you here, didn't he? So he even called the police, huh? That's just rich. He had his reasons. I already know his game. He's snooping around to find out what I'm up to, right? I have nothing to hide. Ask me anything you want. Not the reaction I was expecting. I'll get straight to the point. We were told you've been meeting in secret with a man named Mineth recently. Would you mind explaining why? Whatever. It's not like as though my father can do anything about it. Mineth's been helping me with a little project of sorts. It's all part of my plan to revolutionize the village. What? All intention or not, doesn't it concern him just as much as it does you? I've tried talking to my father about this kind of thing more times than I can count. All he ever has to say is that I've lost sight of our ideals and that making drastic changes won't solve anything. But if things continue the way they are, a rural village like ours has no future. Real meaningful reform is the only way for us to keep Armorica alive. My father doesn't understand that one bit. I see, and that was where, you encountered the Mineth character. Unlike my father, he's actually willing to listen to my ideas. In fact, he helped me discover a huge opportunity for our village's apiary. I plan on working with him to launch a major enterprise in the near future. What? Can you even hear yourself right now? Mind your own beeswax, that's all I have to say to you. You got what you came for, right? I need to head back to the village, if you don't mind. That was rather curt. He totally blew us off. No, his name is Derek or something. Not Kurt. What? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We could try speaking with this myth guy for ourselves. Break in! Let me see we show ourselves in. Bonk! Knock knock! Open up the door! Who is it? I didn't order any room service. Excuse me, we're looking for a Mr. Mineth. I apologize for bothering you, but we're with the Crossbell Police Special Sports Section. We have a couple of questions for you. Oh dear, you're police officers. Why didn't you say so sooner? Come in. The door's unlocked. He's a wheeler dealer. Oh Jesus. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Mineth. What brings you here today? Like I said, we have a few simple questions we'd like you to answer. Will that be alright? But of course, I would be delighted to help an officer of the law. Was there any some kind of trouble in the area, perhaps? No. We want to know more about you and what brought you to Armorica Village. Could you start by telling us about yourself? Well, this is a surprise. But seeing as you're all police officers, I suppose I have no reason not to cooperate. To reiterate, my name is Mineth. I'm a corporate executive. My responsibilities range from product development to sales and operations. I've been visiting Armorica Village to secure an important business deal on behalf of the Quincy Company. Quincy? Quincy Company is a famous international confectioner. They're one of the most prominent names in their field. You can even get their products here in Crossbell. That does sound familiar. I think I used to buy their chocolates as a kid. I always paid more attention to what was in the wrappers than what was on them. That's quite alright, young man. I too was what one might call brand blind in my youth. You see, despite working for the company, I've never been one for sweets. It was my long-standing reputation as an irrefusable salesman, in fact, that led me to my current position. Oh, my apologies, I didn't mean to get us off track with my personal milestones. Or, kilometer rocks. Nobody's gonna go know what that is. Oh, it's fine, we're the ones who asked. Told us it has something to do with the future of the village. Oh, did he now? In that case, I suppose there's no sense keeping those details under wraps. Yes, Derek and I have indeed built a strong working relationship these past several days. But of course. The Quincy Company is constantly seeking out new opportunities to grow our confectionery business. As such, the head office tasked me with a project to that effect. Our goal is to gain a foothold from which we can expand into Crossbell. In other words, you want to establish a subsidiary of Quincy Company here in our state. I began my inquiry by paying a visit to the department store in the city, and there I found it. The luxurious high-grade honey produced in Armorica Village. That honey is made with lots of flowers from the village fields. I do recall Mr. Hayworth praising it for its quality. And he should. That honey is the product of nature's bounty, passed down through the ages of generations. Seeing those fields was like the goddess herself showing me the way to a brand new confectionery venture. I call it the Armorican Honey Company. The AHC. I won't deny it's pretty catchy. Plan on selling candies made primarily from Armorica Village's delectable honey. But in order to do so, we need the full cooperation of the villagers themselves. And so I approached the incoming chief, Derek, with a most magnificent proposal. I asked if he would like to oversee the construction of the factory as well as the new business enterprise. You put a factory where all those flowers are? Actually, my company would make full use of its sales and marketing expertise. The fields, too, would be overseen by our staff. We don't want to cause trouble for the villagers, after all. On the contrary, we wish only to ease their life's burdens. Where do you intend on building a factory, though? After discussing a great many possibilities, I've settled on utilizing the village's private property on Old Armorica Road. Since it has only ever been used for storage, Derek was readily willing to agree on the arrangement. No doubt almost anybody would be under those terms, especially with how keen Derek is on revolutionizing the village. Everyone comes out a winner. In my eyes, Derek's talents and strong sense of responsibility are more than enough to qualify him for the position. But then I've divulged all I can. Does. Yep. Not at the moment, no. Where do we even begin? It's quite a plan they put together. Evidently, Mineth is more of a shrewd man than we took him for. Whole spiel about took some untangling, but it sounds like it could definitely pay off big time. Seems too good to be true, honestly. At any rate, I think we've all got the answer we're looking for. I don't believe this. Mineth is with the Quincy Company, and then there's this whole Armoric and Honey business. It's quite an extensive plan they have, and it involves building a factory on the village's private property, no less. Never did I take Derek as the type to pursue something like this. Has Derek returned to the village yet, by the way? He said he was returning to the village when we ran into him at the hotel. I must confess that Derek doesn't come home very often these days. Instead, he's been renting a room for himself at the Ash Tree Inn. I understand Myth has been staying there as well. Perhaps that was Derek's reason for relocating. That way, his plans to industrialize our land could proceed without my knowing. What a shameful excuse for a father I am. What if moving into the Ash Tree was actually Myth's idea rather than Derek's? Maybe it was him who was trying to keep you from catching wind of what's going on. I'll let our dashing leader here handle the details. Ooh. Ignoring the first part, I'll do my best to explain. Keep in mind that I'm only speculating, but I have my suspicions about this Mineth character. The plan he laid out for us would supposedly benefit everyone involved. Armorica Village gains a new industry, while the Quincy Company gains a subsidiary in a market they want to expand in. At a glance, it all seems well and good. Almost too good to be true, don't you think? As another point of concern, consider the ridiculous low price at which Myth sold a new orbital truck to Elkin. In this context, we can think of it as an upfront investment. An orbital truck isn't something you give to someone at random, not at the prices they go for. I've never heard of one selling for only 50,000 mira until now. What you two are getting at is that he knows he's going to make that mira back, doesn't he? That's very strange indeed. A company as large as Quincy wouldn't normally invest this much capital into an unproven startup. They wouldn't? I don't like where this is headed. It leads me to believe that Mineth has an ulterior motive, one that's guaranteed to make him a profit. It's all just conjecture, of course, but I would still suggest that you keep what we're saying in mind. It feels like I finally understand what's going on here. You saying you can handle it from here? We can continue the investigation if you like. Don't hesitate to follow up. Alright, I got my drink, and we can continue. Ooh. There you guys are. Thank Adios you're here. You came to help me out, right? Hey Raymond, sounds like you're in a bind. Wait, are you alone? I don't see Inspector Donovan anywhere. Right about that, he's kind of wrapped up in something else right now. Anyway, would you mind if I give you a quick rundown? According to the details of the request, you're after a counterfeit dealer again. Boy, am I. The legal reforms instituted by the new mayor allow us to crack down on this sort of thing. Second Division's been beefing up its efforts against it as a result. Now that counterfeit dealer's managed to worm her way back into Crossbell. We've been staking her out for the longest time till finally I caught her in the act again. You saying this is the same one who came through Tangram Gate earlier this year? What kind of person does something like that? Oh, that's right, he helped us back when we were screening the passengers on that bus. Let's see, how do I describe her? Foul-mouthed, frighteningly loud, surprisingly spry for her age. Sum it up, I'd say she's a bat out of Gehenna. I see. Sounds like quite a character. I'd love to meet her. Gotta hand it to you, though, Raymond. Since when were you such a dark horse? Damn fine work catching that slippery old prune again. She managed to cut and run in the end, a record-breaking speed even. Things were going so well till then, too. Evidently, the old woman refused to learn her old tricks. Is it safe to assume our little Froster is hiding inside the station right now, then? Bingo. Looks like she's trying to make a break for Erebonia. Bet she thinks she's already shook us off, too. Little does she know I'm right on her tail. Spotted her over on platform 2, waiting for her train without a care in the world. Still some time before the next one at the Empire arrives. This is a perfect chance to apprehend her. Pump the brakes there, bud. If it's really all that open and shut, then what the hell do you need us for? Here's the kicker. Since Inspector Donovan's busy, I'm the one handling this case. Problem is, I maybe kind of sort of lost the nerve to catch her on my own. Raymond. Crossbell Station is a large area to cover on your own. If the perimeter isn't secured, she could easily escape. Now you get it. See, I had no choice but to call in for backup. I'm going to need the SSS to lend a hand if I plan on shutting down this counterfeit dealer once and for all. Basically, I need some of you on the lookout to make sure she doesn't try to slip out of the station. I mean, heck, you already caught her once before, then you can help me take her down again. Bust the counterfeit dealer. What do you guys think, how do you guys think we split this up? I will be mildly apprehensive about leaving it all up to Detective Raymond. I heard that. Oh, who am I kidding? I can't deny that I'd feel better with Lloyd in tow. Alright, that makes 2 detectives. I think it'd be a good idea to bring one more person for support. The other 4 can stay on lookout duty. Oh, I'm boring. The rest of you keep an eye on the exits. Remember who we're dealing with. Anything could happen. Stay sharp, everyone. Like those 2 over there. Suspicious. I don't see any sign of them. They may have already boarded the train. We should make haste. Attention all travelers, pre-departure inspections on the next service to Calvert will be concluding shortly. We ask you to please refrain from boarding during this time. Pretty sure I spotted the old bag when she slipped her way in earlier. There she is. Oh, fellow trader, hey! How was business in Crossbell? Not well, I'm afraid. I had a rough go of it thanks to the business rival impeding my sales. Oh, that's rather unfortunate. Honestly, people like that are a disgrace to our industry. No, I'm sure my own shortcomings were at least partially to blame. So I've decided to head for their empire to make a fresh start. Your mercantile resilience is admirable. You know, perhaps it was fate that we met like this. If you'd like, I could introduce you to some of my connections in Arabonia. Oh my, you really do that for me. Well, thank you, kind sir. I do believe we'll take you up on that offer. Not on our watch, you won't. Huh? Crossbell Police, Special Sports Section. Long time no see, ma'am. I see you remembered us, Miss Counterfeit Dealer. Bet you thought you lost us, huh? You're not getting away this time. Wait, what in blazes is going on? I'm afraid I don't understand. This woman? A counterfeit dealer? Ugh. State law has changed since we last crossed paths. We're taking you in on suspicion of illicit business activity. We have the station surrounded, there's nowhere left to run. So why don't you make things easy for all of us and turn yourself in already? Bite me, rats. Bite me, you shit-eating bro. Oh, Jesus Christ. You cornered me so I couldn't escape, did you? Screw me over once, shame on me, but twice? This is why I despise the police. You're all a bunch of snakes. Says the snake oil saleswoman herself. If you didn't want to get caught, then you shouldn't have holed up in this. Who asked you, jackass? So what if I'm surrounded? You want me to take me in? You have to catch me. Jesus Christ. Get her. Just gotta grab her. Slippery old prune. He's dumbstruck. John Dumbstruck at your service. It's not those little punks. They want to cut off my escape? Fine, I'll just make a new one. Attention all travelers, we apologize for the wait. The next service to Calvert will be departing shortly. Please mind the gap and board the train on an orderly manner. Mind the gap. That's my ticket out of here. You're kidding! Just jumps down. I don't have knees! Sonny boy! How desperate can you get? Man, how the hell am I supposed to explain this to Inspector Donovan? Let's go, Ellie. Go where? Wait, seriously? You're not actually thinking of chasing her, are you? How else are we going to arrest her? There's no time to talk this over. We're moving on ahead. What do? I just can't leave all this to the SSS. Wait for me! Jesus Christ. Oh! You okay, Raymond? You know you didn't have to jump into the train with us, right? We can handle it from here. I'm fine. The inspector assigned me to this case. I can't let him down. Besides, it would be fair if you two were the only ones to look cool. Well, we appreciate the backup. Now then, did anyone see where the counterfeit dealer made off? She must have escaped into one of the passenger cars. If you start from the rear and clear them one by one, there won't be anywhere left for her to hide. Unless she just jumps from the freaking top. Right? That old lady just jumped down from the roof. Yeah, who the heck is she? Oh my god. Trying to get my dog to stop licking himself. Shut your yaps and quit gawking. What do you think this is, a show? Yeep. She's a demon. There she is. What? How are you brats so persistent? Don't you know when to quit? Pot kettle. There's nowhere left to run. Again. You listen well, you whippersnappers. As long as Adios' light shines on this continent, I will never be caught. Never! Get back here! Train's finally moving again. At least I can get some rest. It's time to bid our long-due farewells to Crossbell. Though I can't help feeling guilty for our comrades who were caught by Heiyue. It just means that they weren't adequately prepared. Their failures are their own. Regardless, we'll be certain to pay the syndicate back in kind for them one day. What was that, gentlemen? Pardon me for intruding on your lively conversation. Oh, fuck. But you're... Heiyue! Damn it, you tailed us all the way here. Do you sincerely believe Master Cow would allow you to escape so easily? Gentlemen of the anti-immigration faction, we're going to have to ask you to come with us. Once we reach Altair, we'll disembark on board a train back to Crossbell. Out of my way, bozos! Huh? Jesus Christ. Ah, my damn hip. Didn't I tell you numbskulls to get the hell out of my way? Oh, rats, I can't just stand here. The fuzz will be on me any second. The hell? Who is this old bag? Wendy Oldback. Let me ask you something. Were these lunkheads giving you a hard time? I guess they were, thanks for the assist, lady. I don't know what you did to piss those goons off, but beggars can't be choosers. I need all the help I can get. So listen up. If you have any sense of gratitude whatsoever, fall in line and come with me. Who knows? So pull your weight and you just might be your ticket to freedom. What? Really? You heard me. Chop chop, boys. So confused. Wait. It just happened. She's back on the roof again. Like there were other people following her too. Don't tell me she had reinforcements on the train all along. All of her subordinates should be already in custody. Okay, back to the roof. Oh shit. How did you get... What the hell? Take one step further and it'll be your last. It's your only warning. I never signed up for this. Game over. Don't. And he missed. He's just deciding to full frontal assault that. Jesus Christ. Guess I need to heal him. Damn, I thought he had something there.
エニグマ駆動
任せて。
Stop missing! Oh my god. Raymond, pull your shit together.
俺の番だな。
俺の番だな。
それ。
任せて。そこ。
よし。
Oh god, he finally hit.
任せてくれ。よし。
そこ。
よし。
私の番。そこ。
俺の番だな。
Can't get to him in time. Ah, there's no way he could. He's gonna do anything, right?
Yes.
There we go. What's with these pricks? And Blondie's barely worth a bullet, but those other two, they mean business. Forget it, we bought ourselves enough time. Pull back. That was nuts. Damn it, we let him get away again. Whoa! How Wild West of us. You ankle biters just don't know when to give up, do you? And here I thought I'd lucked out running into these three youngsters. No way left to escape, so come quietly, surrender. Goes for you three. How could we let ourselves lose to punks like these? Swear to the god, as kids these days have no backbone. I just don't think it, I know it. Didn't anyone ever teach you geniuses not to count your chickens before they hatch? Once we reach Altair, I'll have you right where I want you. The Republic is my turf, see? That means I'll have the home field advantage. What does that mean? Still planning to make a run for it? You're cornered on top of a moving train for Adios' sake. Now you listen here, you baby-faced little twerp. As long as there's ground on my feet, I'm gonna walk it. It's a free... walk it as a free woman. Well, go ahead and catch me if you can. You'll never take me alive, coppers. Now get through it through those little walnuts you call brains. Oh my god. Let's get this crusty windbag. If you punks really think you're trying to stop me, then go ahead and try.
速攻で蹴りをつける。 よし。みんな一気に行くぞ。
Oh shit. Of course that knocked Lloyd off. Oh.
私の番ね。
ありがとう。
Stop it.
任せて。
Get an item for this. Oh my god.
俺の番だな。
I can get them both in there.
さてと。
Jesus. Can't get a word in edgewise, pretty much. He's already down. God damn. And okay, Lloyd gets a double attack. Oh my god, he's down.
負けられない。
エニグマ駆動。
よし。それ。
ありがとう。
行くぞ。それ。
さてと。
Oh my god.
行くぞ行くぞ。さあ。
He's down again. Good lord.
気をつけて。
I love these missions so dang much you don't even know.
俺の番だな。みんな一気に行くぞ。ありがとう。任せてくれ。それ。
私の番ね。エニグ敵接近。
It's just a perfect storm when they do that.
さてと任せて。やっ
Good
速攻で蹴りを
lord.
つける。
さてと
Oh, I don't want to do that, because that'll probably kill her.
Enigma 駆動。私の番ね。エニグマ。
ありがとう。任せてくれ。
私の番ね。
Just keep him away, I guess, is the key. And they just keep missing, which is also really good.
よし。
任せて。やっ
チャンスだ。よし。
私の番ね。
There we go, Jesus Christ. I don't think I should have died 5 times in that. Granted, Raymond was the one who did. You big palookas. My leg! How does one elderly woman have this much tenacity? At this point, even the terrorists can't muster up any more fight. Oh, wow. Back in Altair for a minute. Take custody of them from here. You just leave things to us. Go on, old lady. Get out the hell out of here. You'll pay for this. Don't tell me what to do, you pissant little bullet sponge. What the hell? I hope they send her somewhere so we'll never see her again. What if she does make a comeback? Later game, she comes back. We have to do this all over again. I get to keep my ass. Who was going to have it beforehand besides Donovan? The SSS duo then waited to board the next train back to Crossbell. After forcibly dragging Raymond away from the gift shop, they finally bid the Republic farewell. No, let him buy something. Man, my mouth just about hit the floor when they told me you guys surfed the tracks all the way to Calvard. An unpredictable turn of events, to be sure. Our apologies for not contacting you. Well, we managed to apprehend the counterfeit dealer, so all's well that ends well. Guess that means we'll be seeing all of you later. I don't think I had a chance to get ahead of arresting that crass old crone all by myself. Can't think of you guys enough, really. I'll drop you a line if I ever need your help again. Hopefully not anytime soon. Look at these big frickers. Do I have a gift for them, actually? But first, we're going to hit them where it's not going to hurt very hard. I'm going to yell really loud and encourage my friends.
一気に行くぞ。はい。私の番です。ガンナーモード。
Oh no. That did not do a lot of damage.
私の番です。エニグマ私の番ね。
And with a death spiral.
エニグマ。おっしゃ。Chomp, chomp, oh shit. Let's attack. Let's check their details real quick. We do want water then. That's pretty good. That one over there is being really strange. Oh my god. How the hell? Hey, Noel. God, he does so much damage. リカバーも
これ
ありがとう。
ありがとう。
おっしゃ。
さてと
Bully, bully, bully time.
任せろ。
There we go.
この調子で行くぞ。